Clicking start, and we should be, and I'm not even on the live streaming page. I am such a noob. Wow. You'd think I'd be a professional by now, Chad. So I believe we're live. I'll see you in a second. What's up, guys? It is Nicholas, and of course Chad is here with me today. And as you can tell by that title, it's Amazon Prime Day, and we both bought something we probably shouldn't have. So I'll let Chad talk about what he purchased first and what he is going to be receiving, and then I'll talk about what I got.
Well, I went ahead and took the plunge and bought the 7700K and an MSI motherboard. I wanted to go Asus, but
It's
I just couldn't
expensive.
make up my mind.
It's expensive. Yeah. Asus is really expensive. As someone who is sitting here with an Asus board, they're expensive.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of bells and whistles and stuff, but yeah. So what RAM did that come with? Can I ask really quick?
The Trident Z.
Ooh, so the RGB. Yep.
Yep.
That's what I'm looking at right now. Well, because the problem is that actually the computer that they can see that you saw a minute ago, the wife's computer, it's actually running off of a laptop right now, as you saw in the video. Because she wanted to kind of get in here before she started editing. So she's actually been editing on my computer, which is great, but if we're only editing on one computer anyways, it's kind of stupid to have both of us working in here. Yeah. So we've been trying to finish up her computer because I don't want to cheap out on parts, which right now, like GPUs, like the only thing you can get is like a 1050 for like MSRP. Everything else, like 1060s are like $400 right now. I'm like, I'm not paying $400 for something that 2 months ago was $200. I mean, that's stupid.
Yeah, I haven't been looking at GPUs at all because of that, and I just
we've been looking more at, oh no, I gotcha. We've been looking at high tier GPUs because like 1080s, 1080 Ti's aren't really used for mining. So we've still been able to find those for reasonable prices. I've been watching Massdrop. I don't know. We want to get her computer finished, but I also don't want to put like a 1050 in there because then if we're using her computer as an editing rig, that kind of voids the point anyways because that's... I mean, yes, it'll have an i5 6600K in it, which is great, but it... Because like you've used Premiere CC, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It uses CUDA for rendering and stuff. So what's the point of having a really weak CUDA card in there if we're using it for rendering?
Right.
So I'm just gonna take it. I'm just gonna put a 1050 in my PC, and I'll just give her the 1070, and then that'll be it. Done. She's like, I don't mind. And then like the other day we tried to have her edit a video on her laptop because with Creative Cloud CC, Premiere Pro, Photoshop, all that, you can use two different computers with one license. And we had her try to edit on the laptop, and it wouldn't crash, but it definitely wasn't working right. And she's like, is the software just bad? And I'm like, no, let's go onto my computer. And like the second she got on my computer, she's like, this is amazing, like it's so much easier. And I'm like, yeah, and like that's why people paid like $2,000 for decent parts to be able to edit. Anyways, so what I bought on my Amazon Prime Day escapades were, well, we were gonna buy a Dot, but we decided we would, because we actually almost bought a Dot last week, and then we remembered that Prime Day was coming up. We're like, we'll wait. And then Prime Day comes, and they're like, Amazon Echo for 50% off. I was like, yes, we're doing it. $95 out the door, shipped, everything. I didn't really see anything else that was a really good deal. Not that anything that I needed, at least. There was some other cool stuff, but it wasn't anything that was like cheap, you know what I mean? Right. It's kind of funny when they... Like, I mean, I guess the same thing when a $179 speaker goes on sale for 50% off, I count that as cheap. But, like, it was like, oh, like $50 off this $400 item. And I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, all right. Did you? So you didn't see anything else that you really thought might be interesting?
I mean, I spent a pretty good chunk of change, so.
I can imagine that 7700K doesn't come cheap.
Yeah, it was actually on sale. It's on sale till Thursday. Well, I bought it off Newegg actually.
Really?
It's for $309.
$309.
Which I mean, it's like $20 cheaper than.
And wait, did that come with a motherboard too?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say. I was like, holy shit, that's a really good fucking deal.
No.
I got my 7700K for $300 from Micro Center. But Micro Center is like always gonna have the lowest prices. And actually, Micro Center, I ended up paying $30 less because you get like 20 bucks off a qualifying motherboard if you buy. So it was like, which really is just a sales scam. I mean, because you weren't going in, if you weren't going in there to buy a motherboard, because I didn't have to. I could have actually put my 7700K, updated the BIOS, and actually put the 7700K in my old Sabertooth board, which would have been fine. Wouldn't have been awesome, but it would have been okay. And I was planning on upgrading motherboards later. And he's like, no, you get 20 bucks off. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, of course it's tax time. I'm like, yeah, you'll enjoy your 7700K. That thing is awesome.
Yeah, I think it comes in on Thursday, so I'm excited.
So what's today? Tuesday? Yeah. Yep, that's when the Echo comes in. Thursday. So we're gonna, as everyone, I'll address this on the live stream. So as you can see, Amber is behind me. She's on her computer a computer right now. We've kind of been trying to set up the office a little bit more. She's not only my video editor, she's also my interior designer. It makes it a lot easier for her being in here because she's like, you need more furniture in there. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean I need more? I'm like, 2 weeks ago you were telling me I shouldn't spend any more money on the office. She's like, yeah, but now I'm in there and like, I want like an Amazon Dot, and now we got an Echo. And she's like, I want some more shelves and blah, blah. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm like, if it makes the office look better, whatever, cool.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing too.
I can tell it's a pain in the ass, isn't it? Because you're like, the difference between what looks good in general and what looks good on video and like on live stream are two very different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like all these pictures on my wall. I mean, I might have some of them, but I wouldn't have half the shit on my wall that I have on my walls if I didn't make videos, because I'm like, that would look really good in the background. And like all the plants I have in here, I'm like, I definitely wouldn't be taking care of these guys if it didn't look great in video backgrounds. And yeah. So I like how you're really like overexposed and I'm like very underexposed. It's kind of weird. It's just like well, because you've got actual like sunlight coming in, and I'm like, we got new blinds put up because we have a ground level window in this room where the bottom of it is actually flush with the floor, which is pointless. I don't get it, but whatever. It's where the ceiling is vaulted, so I kind of get it, but that never had blinds on it, and so it was always like bringing in light. We finally put blinds up, and it actually looks better in here, I think. Plus, there's not just, a giant gaping window. I don't know. Like, when I do my when I do my videos and stuff, I make sure I have plenty of lighting. But it's like, when I'm doing chip chat, I'm just like, I just want to sit here. I just want to relax. I don't want to have, like, the studio lights on me and stuff, and it's... Yeah. But you got a window... But you've got a window right next to you. Yep. So
I sure do.
The window right next to you definitely helps with like live streams and stuff. I mean, as long as you're not doing it at night, but
yeah. So, I got a light right behind my main monitor also.
There you go.
It works real good.
I actually, and honestly, so when I gave the wife the ultra wide, which was my third monitor on my setup, I was like, this is gonna look really stupid. I was like, for sure, this is gonna look bad. It actually looks really good. I have because whenever I've done a dual panel setup in the past, I've done one monitor directly in front of me, and then one off to the side, and then there's kind of the space over to the side.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen, or if you've seen, I guess Jay's is kind of different than this too, but the way I have it is when I look straight ahead, it's the bezels. When I look to the left, there's my Acer, and then when I look to the right, it's the cheapo monitor that I have. I'm not saying I don't want to do a triple monitor setup, but it's like I don't want to buy like a cheap panel to do the third, so I'm like, I'll wait. And plus I want to do a triple monitor stand. I don't want to have 3. It's so nice only having 2 monitor stands on my desk right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's like so much room for activities. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So what
as long as you're not gaming too much, you'll be good with.
Actually,
it's hard for me to game off to the side.
See, actually, it's funny because the way this desk is, and I didn't do this on purpose whatsoever, but the way this desk is, it actually isn't uncomfortable for me to, because my mouse pad is huge. I mean, it's one of the super oversized ones. Like, turn my keyboard, and then, because I thought the exact same thing. I was like, this isn't going to work for gaming. And no, I gamed all day today. I was playing Overwatch, I mean, in between recording and stuff, but gaming with Trent, playing Overwatch and stuff like that, and it was perfect. Yeah. So I'm actually surprised because I thought the exact same thing. I was like, there's no way this is going to be comfortable. And yeah, it's just like I turn and just there's the monitor. And then when I'm doing like editing and stuff, it's just I've got both monitors right in front of me. It's nice.
Yeah. I had to get 3 because I have 3 at work, and so I'm always looking for 3.
What I would really like to get is, like I said, 3 monitors. But the next time I have 3 monitors, I want them to be like good quality monitors, because like I said, the ultra wide and my Acer were good quality panels. Mm-hmm. My third monitor wasn't, and I also want them all to be the same size now.
Right.
Because they're all of my panels were about the same size. They were. The ultra wide obviously was longer, but it was the same height. So that worked. But because at one point I had a 27-inch, my 24-inch, and then another like 24-inch, and it just looked really weird, especially because the 27-inch wasn't the center panel. So, yeah.
That's like mine. I've got a 27, 24, and a 23.
But you have the 27 in the middle, right?
No, I put it off to the side because, because it's 4 millisecond delay.
Gotcha.
Or, response time.
What center panel are you running?
An Asus. It's just one of their FreeSync monitors.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, because I forgot. I always forget you. You've got the AMD cards, so you got to use FreeSync. Because I have seen some really, really good deals on FreeSync monitors at Best Buy, where it's like, oh, someone brought this back, so the box is technically open, and it's like, it was a 27-inch ultra wide, and I was like, holy shit, like that would be awesome. No, Amber, was that monitor curved? The one we saw at Best Buy?
Which one that we saw?
The one that was on sale. That I almost bought, except it was FreeSync.
I don't think it was the curved one that was on sale. I'm not sure.
Well, because it wasn't ultra wide, but I thought it was curved. It might not have been. But literally, I was 100% sold on it. I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, this is happening right now. And then, I mean, like, it was 120 hertz, 1 millisecond delay, and I was like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And then I realized it was FreeSync, and I was like, well, no, it was 75 hertz.
75 hertz. I think they're 75.
75 hertz on that one. Because they had 2 of them. They had one that was just a regular monitor that was 120 hertz, 1 millisecond delay, and then they had the ultra wide, which was 75 hertz with FreeSync. And I was like, I want an ultra wide so bad, and I was like, and that would be like in my opinion, ultra wides, when they get up to like this, like the 27-inch, they are massive. Like those things are crazy, and it's just like, I told the wife, I'm like, you're saying no right now, because she's like, you can't do that, and I'm like, if you saw it, you would be like, get it, like all over it. That's how she always is. She's like, no, you can't do that, and then she sees it, and she's like, you need that.
Yeah.
So, it's.
Yeah. That's why I got my stuff, because I convinced my woman that I need it. So.
Yep.
She's like, do it. Okay.
See, that's kind of how we've been lately. Because like I said, ever since she's been helping out more, she's like, you need this, like you need this, like you need a better camera. The day she told me, hey, you actually do need that better camera, I was like, what? I was like, what is this fucking sorcery?
Yeah.
It was yeah.
Yeah. My issues that I've been having are with the disc. It'll jump up to 100% usage. And I think it has something to do with having Windows Pro.
Gotcha.
There's too many background stuff going on. And then me trying to play games with all those background applications running.
Honestly, Windows will try to update like all the time. And then, yeah, like you said, your disk will just jump up to 100%.
I think I fixed it. I went online and read some forums and
yeah, so
cleared off a bunch of settings.
So did you see? So I hate to say this, I hate to bring this up, but so I went and saw Jerry's new live stream today that he did today. I'm sure it popped up in your feed and everything, correct?
On Twitch?
No, he did a driving one whenever he does driving.
Oh, yeah. That's all he does. That's all he does, right?
Yep. And like, I feel bad for him, and then like I scroll down through the comments, and they're all just like super toxic, and I'm like, and it's all like, fuck. It's bad, and I'm like, I don't even want to be in this environment, and I actually just left. Like I got like halfway through the video, and like it just feels like it's all excuses, and I was like, I can't watch this. Like it hurts, you know what I mean? Like. When you watch someone that like you used to enjoy their content, you're like, well, it's bad because you're like, he makes all of his money off YouTube. Well, I mean, he does Twitch now, but it's like you don't really make content that I want to watch anymore. And I actually ended up unsubscribing from him today until he starts making videos again. Like, I'm not one of those people that sits there in flames, you know what I mean? I'm not one of those people that'll sit there and write in the comments, like, go fucking die. Like, that's not how I express my anger. I don't express my anger towards people like that. If I'm not enjoying your content, I'm just going to unsubscribe. And that's all I can think of. Like, why don't these people just unsubscribe? Like, why are you even here? And, like, 90% of them were saying, like, hey, just letting you know I'm unsubscribing, like, blah, 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 like, all this bullcrap. And I'm like, okay, just unsubscribe. Like, you're making it worse. Like, he doesn't need to hear this. I'm like, but if he sees that his sub numbers are going down, if he's smart, he will start to rethink some things. And that's kind of how I looked at it. I'm like, I'm not helping him by staying subscribed.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you have a subscriber that is just subscribed just to subscribe to you, it doesn't help them. So.
No. Yep. Yeah, he's got a bunch of issues that I've seen him talk about. And,
oh yeah, I know, and that's the thing. It's like someone with the problems that he has. I almost don't think they should be on YouTube because it's such, like I said, a toxic place that like people just like kind of latch onto that stuff, and it's like, especially if you make those kind of videos, as soon as they see weakness, it's like it's game on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There is no.
Yeah, I think he's got some drug issues, prescription drug issues.
In the video today, he did say he's not on anything right now. I don't know, okay? And I don't agree with him streaming and driving. I don't. And he said it like 5 times in the stream, and I only watched, like I said, 15 minutes in, and he's like, I have a perfect driving record, like, it's not any risk. I'm like, it's a risk. I'm like, you have sleep apnea. I'm like, so we know you're tired. Like, you can see him. He's like almost dozing off in the video. And it's just
He's got a bunch of I'm looking on his page right now trying to find a video that was the last one I watched.
Actually, I know I watched the battery starter one. I did watch that. But I did look today. Oh, nope. Shh, none of that. Shh.
I watched that.
No
animated
audio.
Wallpaper one. That's the last 4 months ago. Was the last one I watched.
Are you serious? 4 months? Okay, I take that back. I did watch the 4-person hot tub. I watched that.
didn't.
2 weeks. Hold on, that was 2 weeks ago that he made that. Holy shit! And it's almost like, okay, so here's the last 4 videos he made. Driving to Apple Store in Bellevue, Washington. What is going on with Barnacules? Okay, that's you're asking to get flamed. You know what I mean? Like, portable 4-person hot tub under $400, full setup, blah blah blah. Where did Barnacules go? Let me tell you. Again, asking to get flamed. Like, you can't. Like, the ones that are good videos. Massive ransomware outbreak thanks to NSA. Like, I watched that video. Like, it is actually a very informational video. I watched it. I loved it. Starting truck with a USB battery pack. It felt more like his old content. You know what I mean?
I'll have to watch it. Maybe.
Maybe. But it's like, I scroll down and I'm like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, in the last, like, 7 months, he's made, like, 20 videos, and I'm like, okay. No, I guess, hold on. 4, 8, 12, 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it's sad. Like I've told you, we've talked about this in the past. It's just sad. But I watched that, and, like, when I had to tell you, because when I went to comments, it was like, and I did go and look on Social Blade, and he, any day he does one of those streams, he actually ends up at negative subs for the day. So you would think that he wouldn't put that stuff up, because the reason I follow Social Blade so closely is because it does let me know this video came out and my views dropped 20 views for the day, which, I mean, when you're getting 50 views a day, that's kind of a lot of views. I mean, when almost half your views go away, that's why I watch Social Blade, is because then I know, okay, on the days that I release videos that are about this topic, it always drops 10, 20, 25 views. That's almost half my views. Versus on days where I do stuff like this, it goes up 20, 30 views over what it normally is. And I'm like, okay, that lets me know. But it's like, and I know people like Jay. Jay watches his Social Blade because he, like he's always said, it lets him know which way his audience is leaning. Are they liking the content? Are they not liking the content? So, I don't know. I'm just, it's just upsetting. Shh, I don't want to get flagged. I keep clicking it. But that actually reminds me. So that's his trailer on his channel. Her first, I guess, project for working on the channel is going to be my trailer, because I don't want to be the one to do the trailer. I really don't. Actually, why don't, if I mute this, talk really quick.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, sweet. What? I can just mute this? Now let me go to something. I should click on something and see if it starts playing video. Because I didn't have my audio muted, and I forget that sometimes, depending on how my computer's feeling that day, if I click the mute button, it'll mute you too. And then some days if I click the mute button, it just mutes, like, my desktop sounds. So then they can, everyone can still hear you right now, but my desktop sounds are muted. So, really quick, by the way, I wanted to ask you if you've played any new games recently.
I have not. I've been stuck on that Battlegrounds game.
I've noticed.
That's it.
So I've been trying a couple new games because obviously the wife likes to game on certain types of games, and so we've been trying to find games that she would enjoy playing. I tried out the game called Warframe. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's a very grindy game. And as someone who when I was, so probably from the age of like 10 to like 18, I played a lot of MMOs and stuff like that. So like I like the grind. And like the whole game is just grind. Like there is no like hiding it, and it's so weird. And I tried it, and it's actually not bad. But I don't know how I feel about it. It's like Space Ninjas. I guess that's how I'll describe it. What else did I try? Lawbreakers. I tried that recently. Obviously, that was good.
Yeah. I wanted to try that. I missed out.
Oh, dude, it was. It was really, really good. I just hope that they don't screw it up. Usually, okay, here's the thing. Usually when a beta comes out, there's more stuff for me to say, like bad, like negative-wise, rather than just, this character's overpowered. We always expect characters to be overpowered when you get the beta. You're like, it's because everyone figures out how to play them overpowered, and then you figure out what's broken.
No.
Honestly, there was nothing else that besides character balancing, there didn't really feel like there was tons of other stuff that I was like, I don't like this. Like everything, I was like, this is awesome. Like this is, I haven't been excited about a multiplayer game in a long time. Even Battlefield 1, I wasn't what I would say excited. I was hopeful,
Yeah.
I guess, because we haven't had a good non-modern shooter in a while. So
Yeah. It was good to me for a couple months, and then just repetitive.
no, I gotcha.
Same thing over and over again.
I gotcha. What else did I start playing recently? I played some Wolfenstein. I started playing that recently. I don't know if I told you that.
I think you did.
Wolfenstein's been really good. Just Cause 3, that was on sale in the Steam summer sale. Did you buy anything on that?
Mm-mm.
So
No, I try to stay away from like all promotions for stuff, just because.
Steam summer sale was good. Like I said, I bought Just Cause 3. I bought Left 4 Dead 2 because my brother's a huge fan, and I told him that if he found some good mods, I'd play with him. Also, I think that's actually it. But like Just Cause 3, I don't know if you've ever seen anything about it. Like the story literally doesn't matter at all. It's all just about like the amazing ways you can destroy stuff, like tethering a bridge to like the ground and then like pulling it down, and it's just, yeah, it's a good time killer. I guess I can say that. The story sucks. The story really, really sucks, like bad. I'm trying to think of what else I've done recently.
Have you seen
what?
S-Zone? S-Zone?
S-Zone.
S-Zone. I'm just looking at it right now.
What is it? What is it about? I'm scared to click.
Post-apocalyptic shooter.
I'm scared to open anything because it'll probably open over your face. Oh, it didn't actually. Watch when I open up Steam though. It will. Here we go. Nope, it should pop up on my main screen. I have you on my secondary screen, and like a couple times I've opened up stuff and drug it over there, and then I'm like, fuck. I mean, just like web pages.
If I do this, it goes away, I think. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it didn't today.
But when I had that's another reason I want my triple panel back, is because like with 3 panels, you don't realize how much because when I first went to 3 panels, it was kind of like a novelty, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'll use this for videos. You don't realize how much you actually start using it until you've used it for like a year, and then all of a sudden you're like, back down to 2 panels. Especially when it's an ultra wide. Like, I had a lot of real estate that I was able to use, and now it's like, I have 2 panels, and that's all I can use.
No. That's how, when I stream, I throw OBS on one and I stream on the other.
Yep, my Steam opened up over your face for a second. Oops. Oops. Alright, let's see. So it's called S-Zone. Is it new or is it coming out?
It looks like it was new. Let me go back.
S-Zone Online. Is that what you're talking about? I've seen this.
Yeah.
I've seen
it's old. Okay, it's old.
I've seen this. It's free. That's what I'm looking at.
And it looks like crap. Okay. Don't even worry about that
no. Hold on. What was the game called? What is it called? Hold on. Oop. I'm gonna find the weirdest game, but I can't remember what it's called. And when I find it, I'm gonna tell you to go look it up, and you're gonna be like, "Is this actually a game? Like, what is this?" There's no way to buy it. There's no way to buy it. It says you've got to buy like a. Usually there's an MMO section. I thought there was massively multiplayer. There we go.
I'm nerding out over here.
What are you looking at?
I found my first PC game I ever played. It's on here on Steam.
What game
Release
was
date
that?
December 14th, 1990.
What game was that?
Commander Keen.
Oof.
It's awesome. It was an
Is
awesome
it?
game. It's set up like Mario, you know.
Yep. What is that game called? Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. Good, because this is what I typed in. Good MMOs. Because I've been kind of wanting to make a video about like our MMO. Not okay. I'm not gonna do that because that's one clickbait, and I'm asking to get flamed. That's one thing I try to avoid. Our MMO's dead in 2017, but not quite that. Kind of like, are there any good MMOs in 2017 that I think are worth playing? And I've kind of just been trying to. If I see the name, I'm gonna be like, that's it. Naruto Online. Yep, that's it right there. Boom. I'm kidding. What was it? And now I'm not gonna be able to find it. I'm just gonna look like an idiot. Elder Scrolls Online is pretty good, except for the fact that it started out really, really bad. There it is. That's it. Found it. Give me 1 sec just to double check, but I'm like positive because even the title makes it sound like. Yep, there it is. It's called The Secret World.
Mm-hmm.
So go look that up on Steam really quick, and then I'm gonna have you just look through the thumbnails, and I want you to tell me if you can make out anything about what this game is about. And if you can, Chad, you've won a prize because I can tell you, I sure as
Is it
fuck
the
can.
Ultimate Edition?
Yep, click on the Ultimate Edition and then go through the screenshots, and I want you to tell me if you can make out anything about what this game is about. Okay?
Let's see if it'll go there. Come on. I won't let me click on it.
What'd you do?
Probably locked up my whole computer.
Well, if you
If I
disappear.
just do what?
If you disappear in a second, I guess I know why. But like, there's like a picture of people wearing white. Actually, I won't even tell you. I'm gonna look through and I'm gonna see what I think, and then I'll let you say what you think the game is about.
Sorry. Hopefully I don't freeze because you're frozen on my screen.
Well, you're still going. If you can hear me.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Did you try?
I think my disc is up 100% again, probably.
Did you try turning it off and back on again?
What, my computer?
Is that mic still frozen?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's how I talked her in, even though I don't. There we go. It came back. Let's see. Performance. I'm at 0% disc right now, so.
Well, now you are. After it crashed. All right. So
Alright, let me in now.
like I said, go look at those pictures and just like some of them go together, and then some of them you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this?
Yeah, that fourth one where they're in China is just odd.
There's like the fourth one where they're in China, okay. Then there's like the third one where it's like
superheroes or something.
so there's two videos. I've never watched the videos. I refuse to watch the videos, okay? But then there's like the two people standing next to each other in the white costumes, like the white outfits. Then there's like the people fighting, and that's weird, but it makes sense. And then there's like a picture of like hell and like a demon, and like nothing to do with anything else. Then the next picture is like two teams like fighting each other, okay? Then the next picture is like Halloween, and then like it's just there's a guy on a motorcycle. And then there's Cthulhu, okay? And then it's so weird. Like when I found it, I was like, "Oh, sweet! Like a new game I can check out." And like clicked it, and I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "I'm going if I download." And there's no way to buy it. Like if you look, there's no way to purchase it. I don't know if it's
Secret World. You have to have Secret World Legends.
Do you?
That's what I think it is.
Is
the
it
DLC off of it?
Oh, you're right. I didn't realize.
And that's not even available on Steam.
Secret Worlds will be available on Steam by the end of July. Oh my god. Oh boy. You know it's good when it's not available on Steam. They only let the best games not be on Steam. It's just,
I've been trying to get into some different games though lately.
So have I, but it's like I enjoy working on the channel a lot too. So it's not like really work, but I try to put in a lot of time on the channel. So a lot of my time gets taken up with that. So I kind of have to decide, do I want to game and maybe enjoy myself, or work on the channel and for sure like enjoy myself. And I mean, like when I game with my brother and stuff, I enjoy myself, but that's why I started doing the gaming segments on my channel, is because like if I didn't, I just wouldn't game at all.
Right.
Like 100%, I would just not game.
I'm thinking about doing a video when I make this or rebuild my computer. Maybe. I don't have enough camera stuff. I'll have to use my phone and a webcam, and
well,
hopefully my camera will work.
I'm gonna let you know right now. It's amazing because I've used, like I've told you a lot of times, I've used like every editing software there is, like at least once to try it out, because I didn't want to pay monthly for Adobe Premiere. $20 a month, which we're paying for a student version, okay, which still comes with the whole suite of like Photoshop, Elements, or not Elements, After Effects. Elements is the cheaper version. After Effects, Photoshop, Premiere, all that good stuff. $20 a month, which $20 a month is expensive, but once I learned, like just learning the basics in Premiere is kind of weird, because like everything is kind of like really crammed together really tightly. Like able to like, so on other editing software, like to change the speed and stuff on video, it was a lot more complicated than it needed to be. Like, I mean, how hard is it to just be able to make it so I change the percent of how fast it's going? That's it. Literally on Premiere, that's how it is. Like, you right click on it, you click speed, and then you input how fast you want it to go. Done. Or you can input how long you want the clip to last. So say I was doing like B-roll over me talking. I could see, okay, I have 10 seconds of me talking about this. I want this clip to last 10 seconds.
Right.
So it's really cool to have all of that in, because like I said, I've used other software where it's like I literally couldn't even change the speed. Actually, I was using I think it was DaVinci Resolve at that point, either DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Premiere Elements, and when I changed the speed, it actually would break the clip. Like, I would click play and it would be really jumpy and it wouldn't work even after I rendered out the video. I don't know why. I don't know if I was fucking something up, but literally on Premiere CC, it was literally, like I said, cut the clip where I wanted it to be, and then just right click speed and change it. And that was it. Done. Worked perfectly. Speaking of videos,
I wish I had Photoshop.
My wife is gonna start using Photoshop. I don't use Photoshop. I don't like photography. I mean, I like photography, but I don't know. Hey, why are you sitting in front of a dark screen over there?
I got distracted.
Oh, so your computer just like went to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least turn it back on so it looks like a good backdrop for me. Jeez. Jeez, woman.
There you go.
There we go. I was like, is she gone? Like, I saw the screen was off, and I looked back. I'm like, no, she's still there. I'm like, why is the screen off? No. Photoshop, though, I want to start stepping up kind of the thumbnail game and stuff like that. And I really, really, really want to make a new, probably outro. I don't know if I like I don't use my intro that much anymore. I use it when it fits. If it doesn't, I just don't use it. So I'm thinking about making a new one of both of those. I wanna be able to use. I wanna learn to use the whole suite as best as I can, because if in a year I feel like we're not using it, I probably will just drop down to. Well, I guess if we're getting it for $20 a year, I mean, it's kind of like.
So does it come with two license like addresses or whatever?
As far as like I said, as far as I know, because I had it open on both the other day, But I don't know if we had it open at the exact same time because I know she had it. No, you had it open over there. Yeah, she had it open over there, and then it stopped working over there. And I said, okay, let's just go over to this computer, my computer, and we opened it up over here, and it was just fine. So I assume it would be just fine because most programs, if you're only able to use it on one, the second you open it on the other one, it's like it gives you like an option like, do you want to log out on the other one or do you not want to log on this one? Right. And so I assume the two even works for the student. Like I said, the student, it didn't ask for a student email, okay? It asked for her graduation date, which we might have fibbed about a little bit, but literally I don't see how they didn't ask for any information that would let you know if she's actually a student or not. Because we were like, okay, you've got a student email address. And I'm not telling anybody, especially Chad, don't go do this, okay? But, like, they asked for her school name. And it wasn't like you have to actually, like, find the exact school. We just typed in Baker College, and that was it. Like, it wasn't like which Baker she went to, like, what year she started. Like, none of that. It was just like, what's your graduation year? What school did you go to, or are you going to? And that was it. And it has my email address on it. And it's a Yahoo email address because it's kind of my burner email. But I was like, she's like, there's no way. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, they didn't even ask for your email or anything. She's like, well, how do they know I'm actually a student? I'm like, they fucking don't. She's like, well, what if they find out? I'm like, how in the fuck would they find out you're not a student? I'm like, they didn't even ask for any information that would let them find out if you're a student or not. Yeah. Like, it asked for her name, and that was it. And actually, like I said, it wasn't even like, you know, sometimes when you put in information like that, it's like it has to check, so it takes a minute. Literally, as soon as we put it all in, it was just like, okay, done. Like, input your credit, input your debit card number, so we can charge you like $20, whatever. I mean, I guess I get it. It's software, so they're not giving away anything physical. If they make any money off it, I guess that's really money in their pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess
I'm sure they've got a bunch of reasons for doing it.
Yeah, and like I said, if I could afford the $50 a month, and I'm sure we could make it work, but if I could afford easily $50 a month just to throw away on software, I would. Yeah. But $20 a month is a lot easier to kind of stomach. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like when you see $50 come out of your account with Adobe Premiere next to it, like under the why it came out of your account, you really start to feel a little queasy.
Yeah, that wouldn't be cool.
No. But like I said, though,
plus I was making, you know, let's say you make a bunch of money off YouTube, then it's not a big deal. So
well, no, and that's the thing.
That's when I would start.
My whole thing is, because I understand what you mean. My whole thing, and we should talk about this sometime, because my philosophy is, I don't mind spending the money on the channel if I think that it will improve the channel to the point where it helps the channel. Mm-hmm. That's why I've been trying not to spend money on products to review, and I've been trying to spend money on stuff for the channel, like actual stuff to improve the quality. Because there is, when it comes to tech, when you sit down and actually start thinking about it, there's tons of stuff you can do. I mean, it's like endless amounts of content. Like, I have a list of just stuff that the title of the list is literally video topics that do not require money. Because it's like, you see these people that they try to go out and they start a tech channel and they just want to buy, like, oh, I'm going to buy like graphics cards to review. And I'm like, dude, that's for even like a low level graphics card, it's $100. Like, are you going to do that every week? Like, how do you do that? And like, I started reviewing stuff that I had, and I was like, you know, I don't need to buy stuff. I'll buy stuff for the channel, and I can do videos on that stuff. Obviously, I still have the C920 webcam that I could do the video on. I forgot about that.
Right. You should compare it to your old camera. This old one.
Oh God. So you guys, I guess you can see it. So what they can see is actually me down in the corner of your video, but it isn't even close to how bad it is. Like, you guys are seeing it in a little tiny square in the corner of his video feed. When it's blown up full screen, and anybody who saw the first, I think the first ship chat I had that. Did I? I'm gonna go back and look now because I never have thumbnails obviously for Chip Chat, not yet at least. Video manager. Let's see. Because now you got me curious. When was the first Chip Chat? Well, you've been on Chip Chat for like 2 months now. Damn. Is this it up here? Chip Chat number 1. Is this thing on? No, no, it says HD. So I think this one, but I could have just been streaming it in HD, and I think that's my new webcam though. The old webcam, when it is like blown up full screen or like even partially full screen, it is awful. You know, a webcam is not good when it doesn't even say the brand on it, like anywhere. Like I literally had to type in what is on the camera to be able to get it to even be like, oh, these are the cameras that it could be. And I believe it actually did end up being a Logitech.
Mm-hmm.
But when you know when you're not proud of a product, you're not going to put your name on it. And it's like there's no name on this entire product. There's no sticker that says Logitech. Nothing. And I found it and I was like, wow, this is like a $5 webcam. And I'm like, this is bad. Like it is bad.
Yeah,
so,
my dad, I told him I was going to get a webcam. He's like, I got one.
Yep.
So I went and got it, and it was one of those big ball. It was a ball with a round circle.
Yep. Which
ball. I don't even know what you call it.
Which helps you out. It does. But obviously, because like so many people, and here's the thing, I don't buy the gear because I think it's going to skyrocket my YouTube channel. I do it because I know if I was going to watch a channel, I would want to watch one that is at least trying to put better content out. You know what I mean? So it's like, I understand these people that I see go out and spend, because like I said, this camera, this rig right here, this was only audio and everything, and including the $250 freaking 50mm lens. This camera, I believe, is only like an $800 camera with everything on it. Everything. So it's like not, in the grand scheme of things, an expensive camera. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like I see these people who go out and they're like, what camera should I get for my first camera? Should I get like the Canon 80D or like a GH5? And it's like most people do like videos with their cell phones, and it's like the reason it is because you see people like Marcus Brownlee and like Jay's 2 Cents and like all these people who use like high-end cameras, and you're like, you don't think about it for a second that these guys have been doing YouTube now for like 4 or 5 years. Like they didn't just go out and buy awesome gear right away.
Yeah.
Except Barnacules. Barnacules did. I always thought that was... What was that?
I was just gonna say, I subscribe to a bunch of fitness channels too.
Yep.
And this one dude, he went from having just a normal camera, now he has like top of the line. He did a review of all his gear. It was like $40,000 worth of stuff for his vlog setup. And it's awesome. I'll show you sometime what they are, just so you can see the quality of his stuff.
It's like, because I agree. And if you like the gear, that's another thing. I am super, super, super into like all of this kind of stuff. Like, I love looking at this kind of stuff. I love being able to play around with this kind of stuff. If you're just doing it just for the YouTube channel, that's another thing too. If you are buying even a like $400, $500 camera like this just for YouTube, that's also not good. Like I said, I do a lot of video outside of YouTube. I do photography sometimes. Like when me and the wife go places, like I'll take pictures. Like I did all the photography for my brother's graduation, like at his graduation party, everything like that. If I was just going to do YouTube, I wasn't using it for anything else, I wouldn't have bought that. That's $500, or it was like $450 that I wouldn't have spent on that. And then audio is another big thing. Like you want better audio before you want better video, because audio does not matter or video doesn't matter if your audio looks like crap. Because if I as a viewer click on your video and the first thing I see is a blurry picture but the audio sounds great, I'm just going to put my phone down and listen to it. You know what I mean? Now, if I pick it up and I look and it's crystal clear video, but it sounds like you're talking through a tin can the whole time, I'm gonna turn it off. Like it, no question about it. I don't care what it's about. And like I said, I think some people forget that YouTube is a place where you'll get better results if you don't go balls to the wall right off the bat. You know what I mean? Not only like burning yourself out, but also like it helps people kind of get used to what you're doing. And like so like where I started out, my first video was done on like a Nikon 1J4, which is a little tiny point and shoot. Like then the next one after that I think was done on a Nikon 1J4 too, but then I got the Nikon D3400, and it's like there was like you could see the increase in quality. And now by the time I end up getting because I am getting the Canon, by the way. Hopefully there'll be a new Canon out by that point, but I can't. I want to go with Canon so bad because of the ecosystem. By the time I get that, I'll have had this for a year, and I definitely know why I don't like this camera. Like, I hate it when... That's another reason I don't like it when people just upgrade straight to, like, top-tier stuff right off the bat. Like the kid who gets his first computer and his parents are rich, and so, like, he gets, like, a 1080 Ti and, like, a 7700K, and, like, he didn't work for it. He didn't start at the bottom and, like, oh, I've got, like, an i3 and I've got, like, a 1050 Ti, you know what I mean? It's like...
Yep. I know there's a guy, a BMX dude on here, BMX, and he likes drifting cars, so he bought an Xbox to play cars, and he had 3 monitors for his Xbox. And so then he's like, I'm gonna build a PC, and he bought like the top end gigabyte motherboard, 7700K, 2 1080s and SLI, and
no, nothing.
He's playing with the, like, what is it called? Display. Not DisplayPort, the other one.
HDMI?
No.
VGA? No, DVI.
The white one? DVI, yeah.
DVI?
I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
So I don't use that. But it's just funny, though, because...
No, I gotcha. And it's like those kind of people, because I feel like you appreciate something a lot more when you start... using a Nikon 1J4 or a webcam even, and then like you have the opportunity to move up to something like this, and now I spent the money on this, and so I've dedicated myself to I'm going to use this for at least like a year. Like I don't plan on getting a new camera until probably, I'm not going to say that I'm not going to lust over that camera and want a new camera really bad, but I spent the money on this camera. I'm going to use this as my main cam for probably at least a year. Because I guess I appreciate what I'm moving up to, because, like I said, I know everything that I don't like about this camera. I know everything that I do like about this camera. So, I don't know. I'm just... So, next question. By the way, guys, we have no topics today. So, this whole show has just kind of been... Because we're going to stop at an hour. Actually, we might end here in like 2 minutes because I'm kind of hungry. There's more pizza downstairs. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this whole thing. I'm just... I hate it. I hate it when people start out at the top end and they have no appreciation for what they have. I guess that's... Because my first build, like I said, was a 6300 and a GT 740. Okay? And that was my first desktop build. I guess I've had like laptops that I couldn't for shit tell you what was in them. I just know that it played World of Warcraft at like ultra low settings and like 20 frames per second, which I thought was good. If something that's sad. Back in those days when I would run games like World of Warcraft, if it would run the game at like more than like 10 frames per second, I thought it was considered good. Like that is sad. But now I'm on something that I go to World of Warcraft, and if I go to the old zones, like I've got on my old graphics card, which was the 570, because I upgraded kind of backwards, it actually had coil whine because the frames were so high. I'd get like 300 frames per second in the old zones. It's just crazy because I appreciate what I have now versus, like I said, like you said, the guy who two 1080s, a 7700K, never had to struggle with, can I actually run this game that I'm about to buy off Steam? Like,
Yeah.
am I actually going to be able to play this game? And I've had, on my old computer, on my first computer, I had the problem of, I would buy a game and I'm like, the number of times that I used the site called System Requirements Lab, it was ridiculous. Anytime I wanted to buy a game, I was like, gotta go check if I can run this. And I'd go and I'm like, fuck, I'm like 20% below where I should be. And I'm like, well, I'll just buy it anyways. And then I'd run it like 25 frames. And I'm like, that's close to 30 frames. So I'm like, this is almost, as good as console. Like, yeah. It was really bad. But I appreciate where I am now. I appreciate being able to, like I said, buy any game off the Steam Marketplace and not even question, besides Arma 3, question if it is going to run well. Arma 3, though, I mean, you could two 1080 Ti's and like a Xeon, and it's not going to. But there's always going to be those games that, like, no matter what you throw at it, it just doesn't want to cooperate.
I'm hoping I'm happy. I'll be happy with that.
Oh yeah, 7700K, you'll be super happy. You will get the itch to upgrade your graphics card, though. Just a warning. So have fun.
I already have it.
What graphics card?
No, I'm saying I already have the itch.
Oh yeah.
I'll probably get.
I would wait. I'm gonna be honest. I would wait.
Yeah, it's so
at this
close.
point. At this point, I would wait because even if Nvidia sits on their hands, Vega is gonna come out. Consumer level Vega. We can see where that puts us, because I honestly, there's some people that are like, oh, NVIDIA Volta, it's coming out. I don't think it is. I think they're gonna sit and wait because they just released the 1080 Ti. You know what I mean? They're not going to release something that is gonna compare closely to that, because I think they know how much of an uprising they got when they released the 1080 Ti, which was like close to the Titan's performance, the Titan X. And then all of a sudden they release a new Titan. You can't do that and then also release a new generation of GPUs. That it's not good. It's not good salesmanship, because then everyone's going to be scared to buy Volta because they're like, well, in 6 months are we going to get new GPUs? I mean, should I actually buy something? And yes, because the 10 series launched in June, I believe, or it was at least announced in June. So we have had over a year now with the 10 series. I don't foresee it coming out until at least, I would think, closer to Christmas, maybe, because I don't think they'll wait until next June. 2 years with one series of GPUs seems like a long time. You know what I mean? In this current,
I was trying to think.
In this current marketplace, at least.
Trying to think how long the 9s were out.
Well, here, I can look for you. So
I think they came out in like February of 2015.
NVIDIA.
I could be wrong though.
900 series release date. One last topic before we leave. Holy shit! No way. You are way off.
Really?
Maybe I am wrong. Maybe they are about to come out with a whole new. Okay, well, hold on. So 970 and 980 came out September 18th, 2014.
Okay. That
Okay.
makes sense.
So now let me. Well, not really with what I thought, because I thought it came out like you thought in 2015, which would mean a 1 year gap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The 10 series, the 1080 launched May 27th, 2016, so a little bit sooner than I thought. So that means there was well over a year. Wow. So at that rate, so September, so that means there was 9 months, or a year and 3 months. No, I don't know how to fucking math, man. Just leave me alone, all right? A year and no. My brain is fried today, I'm telling you.
I think it's a year and like 6 or 5 months, 5 or 6.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like I said, my brain is fried. Well, because May to May would have been a year. Plus 9 months because, close enough, whatever. Oh, way over a year. Well over a year, okay? So that means that we're looking at, if they came out in May 2017's already passed. So, like I said, closer to holiday season,
Yeah.
would make sense for 11 series, or which isn't that far off, honestly. I mean, 2 months, but I feel like we would have heard some mumblings. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh, I think so.
I would think so, but then again, Vega's kind of. That's the thing. Nvidia is known for being like the thunder killer. Like as soon as Vega started getting like thunder, they came out with their what's it called, productivity cards for Volta, and they were like, just take a little bit of that and just bring it over to us. You know what I mean? Just a little bit. So I think come September, when we all expect Vega to come out or drop, like consumer grade Vega, I think that Volta is going to be like, guys, but guess what? This is like 25% or like 10% faster than a 1080 Ti, the 1080 or the 1180 is. And
Mhm.
so I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited, nonetheless.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap this up. Do you have anything else to say?
Nope. Except I'm tired.
I agree with you. So this is gonna be the wrap up, guys. Amber, do you have anything to say? Shakes her head. More videos to come out. I'm editing. I told you I was editing a video. I'm editing tomorrow's video. And then we've got to work on Friday's video because we are slacking. And I want to get ahead of the game again. For a couple weeks, I was really ahead of the game. And I think that got to me to the point where I was like, I don't need to make any more videos right now. I'm good. So, going to work on those. Yeah. So, thanks again for being on the show. And my camera just went out of focus. Come on, Logitech. Jeez. There we go. Thanks again for being on the show, Chad. Anything else left to say?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
We will see you guys next week, probably on Tuesday. That work for you next week?
Should work. Should work fine.
All right. Just let me know if it doesn't. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.